Just like that, I'm back. So, the floors are done. They didn't come out exactly how I wanted them to, but they came out good enough. I'm gonna show you real quick. There's one of those patches we had to put on that didn't come out very well. But this is all the grippy stuff that I mixed in with the clear. And in all fairness, I may have overdid it, but driving in here one time after it was raining outside, when I hit the brakes, the car slid forward and it made me super uncomfortable that I never want to experience that again. So you're supposed to let it cure for a few days. I let it cure for 3 days, and now we can park the ladies back in here. But first, before I bring them in, I got to go get them washed because they've been outside since Friday? Either Friday or Saturday. No, yeah, it was Friday. Definitely Friday. So that's more than enough time for everything to cure. I gotta grab some keys. I gotta do the truck shuffle. And yeah, I need to get them cleaned up. In fact, I'll take her car first because it's the worst vehicle of the two. So check this out. Leaving this outside, the other day it did rain pretty bad. The rotor got a little bit of surface rust. Nothing too bad, it'll be scrubbed off after a few brake taps. But yeah, this thing is pretty dirty from sitting out here for almost 4 days. Now, her car shows dirt pretty bad. And yeah, you can hear that. It's pretty bad. Look at that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fire up the cars. I'm gonna take her car first. I'm not going to like a hand wash or anything like that. I'm literally going through the drive-through car wash, and I'm gonna do the touchless car wash because it's kind of late. The entire house is sick, and I am losing my mind over here. I set one key down and picked up another. Nope, I didn't. They're both in my pocket. So I can call myself an idiot. But yeah, let's hop in here, fire this bad girl up. So I have to do this weird thing when I hop in here. I have to make sure that her seat is all the way back because she has it on full on short people mode. And wow, it is very hot in here. I'm talking hot. So let's do a cold start. This thing hasn't started in a couple of days. That sounds pretty good. But I'm gonna try something. I watched a guy do this on a video. What he did was, he holds the camera in this hand, he shifts with his left hand, and can't have too much air because that makes the sound go crazy. Gotta turn on that rev match, and away we go. Let's see if y'all can hear this. Little scrape action coming out of the driveway. Okay, this shouldn't be too hard. So far, so good. Clutch, shift, second. That was not too hard, but that's definitely not something I want to make a habit of doing. So, let's try one more time. Let's go to third, see if that works. That's actually not that bad. But again, I don't want to make a habit out of that. You know, I don't want to show people bad habits. But I do want to hit this downshift because I like the way that rev match sounds. Oh my goodness. This thing needs gas. So I guess another thing I need to start doing is filling up the car before I go home, or before my wife goes home, because that way I don't have to always visit gas stations. Yeah, that's definitely not ideal. But yeah, I'll get back with you in a second. So I'm at the first stop, which is getting fuel, and it is 6:03. We had about, I don't know, a little under 3/4 of a tank, and yeah, let's see how bad this stings. Hopefully it's not too bad. And the thing is, I got to do this twice, because after I fill this car up and clean it, put it away in the garage, I got to go back, get the other car, do the same thing, fill it up too, and then put it away, and then yeah, focus on other things. So yeah, we'll check back here in a little bit, but yeah, we're about $40 in right now, and it is just plugging away. Oh, $40.53. That's not too bad. All right, well, that wasn't too bad. So I made it to the car wash, and it kind of sucks, but when you're in a little bitty sports car, reaching the little credit card thing kind of sucks, but it's no big deal. It just, again, you know, I can't complain about stupid stuff like that. This is actually the first time since we've bought this car that we've washed it, and we've had this car about a month. So I'm doing the touchless. It's the same thing I do on my R8. Now, since I come to this car wash in Lakeside, it's right next to Arby's. I don't know the name of this car wash, but I come here because it usually has all the chemicals in it. It does a really good job at washing, and I'm pretty much just knocking the dust off this thing because, again, it's been parked outside for a few days. So yeah, we'll get it a proper wash probably this weekend, but I just can't stand to put a dirty car away. And yeah, so that sounds like the brushes, but trust me, it's not. But yeah, I'm about to tell my wife to clean the inside of her car because it's actually pretty, I mean, I guess that's not a big deal, but it's a little dirty. Nothing like buying your wife a car just to find a bunch of random stuff in it, like, and I think that's a girl thing. No offense to the girls, but you know, y'all are the same people that hit a curb and go, whoops. Yeah, this thing is awesome. It's doing a really good job. Oh, and then over here, the I've noticed there's another car wash that I really like going to, but it's on the other side of town, and I just don't feel like dealing with it. It's 6 o'clock. Everybody knows at 6 o'clock in San Diego, you might as well stay where you're at because you're just going to sit in traffic. And this being a manual car, I don't want to sit in traffic just to go to a car wash way across town. So for the now, this will do. I don't know why, but getting a car wash is, for me, is actually really therapeutic. It's like you just feel all the dirtiness being washed away. It's kind of weird, but yeah. I'll show y'all a view of the car once we're done, once we get out. But yeah, be back in a few. Okay, so that wash is done. I just hit it with a rag to hit the spots that I could see. And like I say, for a little $10 wash to just get you through the week for a car that's going to be parked, it looks pretty good. Not sure what that is. It just flew on the hood. Oh, it's a piece of paper, but yeah, again, can't complain. Got the rims extremely shiny. So now we have a full tank of gas, which I think this is a reflection of my driving skills, or I shouldn't say my wife's driving skills. It's about a 20-gallon tank. About 40 bucks to fill it up this time. When it's on E, it's about 100 bucks, give or take. But this is the range you get. And keep in mind, right now, it's in eco mode. Thing worth noting about this car being in eco mode, I'll take a second to talk about it real quick. I prefer to drive this car in sport mode, not track mode, because in track mode, the suspension is very, very stiff. I put the car in eco mode because I was told that the car will turn off like 4 cylinders, kind of like in my old Silverado. It'll has a cylinder deactivation. I haven't seen that on here yet, but I've been told it does that. I put it in eco mode for my wife because she mostly goes to the gym. She doesn't need like all the horsepower and torque. She doesn't need the stiff ride. But yeah, when I was driving this car, I noticed like right away, as soon as I pulled out the driveway, it didn't scrape as much as it normally does. And the car rolls a little bit. Like I can feel the suspension working a little bit more, as opposed to it just being stiff. You know, you're like getting a pounding on your lower back the whole time. But yeah, that's actually something pretty cool about this car. My R8, if I put it in comfort mode, the suspension, it feels the same. When I put it in dynamic mode, it's definitely, you can tell it's doing something, but not quite, you know, like a lot of anything. But still something pretty cool. But yeah, it's getting dark, so let me hurry up, get home, grab the other car, fill it up, wash it, and yeah, let's get these things put away. Gotta hop out quick because when you turn the car off, the seat slides forward. It's one of my wife's settings. So now to hop in this thing, and yeah, it's a little late, and I really hate to start this thing, but it sounds so sweet. Here we go. Fire in the hole, or should I say clear? That bad boy right there is rowdy. And I mean, woo, gets me every time. All right, let's let that warm up, and then, how do they say it? Wash, rinse, repeat. That's what we're doing today. So I know it's hard to see anything in this car because it's way darker out, but let's give it up for those little pops and bangs. They're really starting to grow on me, I'm not even gonna lie. At first I was like, oh, that's a little annoying, but yeah, I'll see you in a minute. So I'm back at the gas station, and here under the light you could see that this is a lot dirtier. And when I was driving here, I don't know if I was imagining stuff, but I thought I smelled something burning, but I think it was just something outside. But yeah, fuel pump number 2. We're gonna see what the damage is on this one. So if I remember correctly, the other one was 40.53. This one was sitting almost at half a tank, and I hate to say it, or actually I'm proud to say it, this car's a V10, and it gets way better fuel economy than my wife's car. And I hope this car continues to do the same thing with a power adder. But if not, you know, then we're just going to be at miles per gallon. And I'm totally fine with that. These Amazon trucks have the weirdest backup sound. But it will get your attention. But yeah, we're approaching the $40 mark. Oh, we passed the vet. Totally past the vet. But yeah. Oh, I hear it coming to a stop. Yeah, it's definitely, whoa, coming around 50. Right now it's not too bad. 603, 5306. So that's actually not bad. Again, this car was a smidget over half. But yeah, let's get ready to go wash this sucker and then put it to bed. See you in a few. So it's official. I am in the car wash, doing the same thing I was doing just a moment ago. And a guy here, he goes, "Hey, weren't you just here in an orange car?" And I was like, "Was it a Corvette?" And he's like, "Yeah, I think so." And I was like, "No, that wasn't me." And he looks at me, and I kind of look at him, and, you know, he just kind of had like this little weird look. And I tried to make it as weird as possible. And he's like, "That was you, wasn't it?" I was like, yeah, that was me." He's like, "Nice." He's like, "What car are you bringing next?" I was like, "I don't know, either my wife's SUV or my truck, but yeah, probably not tonight." So that was pretty funny. So I'll show you a cool thing on here. I just filled this car up, and this is what I meant by the range. I get about 345 miles of range with this car. Never mind that right there. Like, don't just ignore that. But yeah, I get about 345 miles. Driving this car back from Texas, I got like about 420 miles of range, you know, per tank, and it did awesome on the freeway. But I was in comfort mode, and I was in regular drive, so I went to the overdrive gear, and we were just cruising. I mean, we did probably 80, 85 the whole way, and yeah, awesome fuel economy on that. So I can't complain about this. I don't know what that Vet's going to do, but it is a 7-speed, as is this. So I'm assuming once we, and it won't be this year because I don't feel comfortable road tripping with my wife and daughter and son in supercars when there's potential like rain, snow, you know, just the elements basically. I don't want to stress my wife out or even stress myself out. Like, we're just going to wait till probably spring of next year, and we're going to try to plan some epic trips in the cars and do some epic things. But until then, you know, we'll do what we're doing. But yeah, I haven't been in this car in a while, and today hopping in it, ripping around town, just putting fuel and getting it washed, I can say I'm falling in love with my car again. Like, I love it. I couldn't imagine getting rid of this car. I don't know what I was thinking on the last video, but give it time, and, you know, I'll be ready to sell this thing in a heartbeat. So yeah, but I'm going back and forth, and I need someone to answer this for me. I've been looking at some horsepower numbers on supercharging this car or twin turbo in this car. And I really want to twin turbo it because I love the sounds it makes. It's phenomenal. But I like that instant takeoff that the supercharger offers. So I was thinking, what is the best of both worlds? Has anybody pro-charged one of these? I haven't seen one. And I think a pro-charged R8 would be like cool. Like, you get the blow-off valve, you get the instant takeoff. Like, it doesn't sound like a bad idea. Or what about twin pro-charge? That would be awesome, if there's such a thing. I know there's twin charging, like if you supercharge and twin and turbocharge it, but the R&D is not worth it in that area for me. But yeah, if someone has a pro-charge R8, I would love to see it. I would love to see the layout. I'd like to know who did the fab work, and about what it costs and what it took to get all that. Like, I think that would be like just awesome. And yeah, something I am interested in, because like I said, I like that supercharger part of it, but then I love the turbocharger part of it also. And if I'm misspeaking, just correct me in the comments. Like, I'm not really tripping. I got thick skin. Half the time I don't know what I'm talking about, and I also ramble a lot, or at least so my mom says. But yeah, this car wash is done. Let's dry this thing off and get to the house. And just like that, we're home. So Whew. All right, let's turn on some lights and see how the car wash did under some real lighting. Yeah, this weekend, the plan is to get the cars detailed, and yeah, they'll be good. And you're probably wondering why I always park the car on this side angled. Well, the reason is very simple. So I can open the door, because we're usually taking a car seat in and out of here, and it just makes it to where, oh, I didn't do it right, but you get the idea. You can get in and out of the car a little bit easier. And for her car, you get plenty of room to get in and out. So yeah, and normally I park the R8 on this side and the Vet over here, because this is actually the longer part of the garage because of all my tools and stuff. So that's why we do that. But I'm super excited to have the cars back in the garage, and my kids get their basketball goal back, and I have a full driveway. So yeah, that's what it is to shuffle some cars around, wash them, and get it done. Oh, let's do one more look at these floors. Now that I pulled the cars in, and the R8's still dripping water, it didn't skid, it didn't slide, like nothing. Like, it was just like pretty good. So I couldn't be happier. But yeah, floors actually look pretty good considering I put them through you know what. I went a little heavy on the anti-skid, but hey, it is what it is. I think it was worth it. Come on, boy. Another weird thing I do is I have this fan in the garage. I turn it on to kind of push some of that heat out of the garage, because it gets pretty hot in here, especially when the cars are first being parked. But yeah, that's a wrap for today's video. See you guys later.